These are the 10 spending habits that frequently keep people in debt and poverty, as well as how you can free yourself from them, like Jeffrey did. Once upon a time in Finance City, there lived a guy named Jeffrey. He was just an average guy, 30 years old with a regular job and little to no money. He was a fan of Warren Buffett and frequently thought about what made Buffett so exceptional. Was it his natural ability to recognize opportunities and make wise decisions? Jeffrey chose to research the topic. As Jeffrey read more and more books and articles, he concluded that Buffett's habits were the keys to his success. He couldn't help but chuckle when he thought about some of his own bad habits, like the daily coffee runs that broke the bank. He sarcastically remarked, "No wonder I'm not a billionaire." Jeffrey was unfazed because he knew change was possible. He began by making small contributions to his $50K salary, saving and investing a portion of his income. Like his hero Buffett, he developed a new hobby of investing his spare time in financial education. Jeffrey noticed a change over time. His stress and anxiety subsided as his savings and investments increased. Good financial habits helped him create a prosperous future in addition to wealth accumulation. Jeffrey feels a sense of pride and achievement as he thinks back on his journey. Although letting go of the bad habits that kept him broke and poor wasn't easy, it helped him achieve financial freedom by the age of 52. Jeffrey laughed as his bank account and investments grew, knowing that his efforts had been successful. He promised to share his knowledge to motivate others to overcome financial hardships and write their success tales as well. So, let's get started with Number 10. Poor budget. Jeffrey is browsing the mall when the bright sale sign starts beckoning him. They shout, "Buy me, buy me." Temptation is simple to come by, right? Hold on, Jeffrey. You don't have to buy something just because it's on sale. Excessive purchasing can derail your finances faster than a roller coaster. Jeffrey used to spend money on unnecessary things he didn't even need. He was going about his day taking things as they come, when all of a sudden, money just seemed to slip through his fingers like a cunning magician's trick. Here's the thing. If you don't have a budget, that sluggish money could disappear from your possession without you even realizing it. So, what's the solution? My friend, it's time to assume command. Start keeping track of your expenses and make a budget. Yes, it may sound a little dull, but believe me when I say it will change the game. You can become more aware of your spending patterns by keeping an eye on where your hard-earned money is going. Consider your spending plan as your financial GPS. It directs you towards success. You can choose more wisely where to spend your money if you have a budget. You can direct your money toward things that matter, like saving for that ideal vacation or creating an emergency fund, rather than eating out every night or purchasing frivolous items. Therefore, be careful not to let money escape your grasp like beach sand. Take control of your money. Accept the power of budgeting and observe the changes it makes to your financial situation. Keep in mind that it all comes down to being mindful and choosing wisely with the money you've worked so hard to earn. You'll appreciate it in the future. Witness the tale of Jeffrey as he breaks free from overwhelming financial stress. This was all possible thanks to Number 9. Proper healthy money habits. Jeffrey used to borrow money from his friends and family when he was out of money and used to get into debt quickly. The reason Jeffrey borrowed was he simply overspent his money. It's simple to overspend and get into debt quickly without proper budgeting and spending restraint. Jeffrey got to know that poor money management causes financial stress and makes it difficult to come by. As a result, he became aware of his spending patterns and actively worked to develop healthy ones. Jeffrey credits his success in part to his financial guru, Warren Buffett, one of the most successful investors in history. According to Buffett, it's crucial to work on creating good financial habits while breaking bad ones. How can we begin to increase our wealth instead of just observing others doing it? Here are some easy guidelines to remember. 1. Set a spending limit and adhere to it. Prioritize your spending and understand where your money's going. 2. Save and invest. Put your money to work so that it can grow over time instead of just letting it sit there. 3. Avoid making rash purchases. Consider your options carefully before making a purchase. 4. Learn about investment strategies and personal finance. You can make better decisions the more informed you are. 5. Assemble a group of people who share your values and are supportive of your financial aspirations. 6. Don't let short-term trends or temptations divert your attention from your long-term financial goals. Remember that it takes time and effort to develop sound financial habits. But by using these suggestions and making thoughtful decisions, you can begin to amass wealth and establish a more stable financial future, just like Jeffrey and the notable Warren Buffett. The mistake that was about to happen had the power to ruin Jeffrey's life. Let's see what Jeffrey did. Number 8. Keeping up with the Joneses. Jeffrey tried to keep up with his neighbors, the Joneses. He wondered how they could afford a sports car, a luxury house, and a top-class lifestyle. Poor Jeffrey was always worried about others' lifestyle. But the truth is that Jeffrey and the Joneses are probably in the same position. They might be drowning in debt and living paycheck to paycheck. Jeffrey realized something had to change. He started to give saving money more priority than spending money. He created a safety net for hard times by setting aside at least 10% of his income in a savings account. You can stop pursuing the Joneses delusion by adhering to this straightforward but powerful suggestion. Keep in mind that appearances can be misleading. It's preferable to concentrate on your financial security and create a bright future for yourself. So, while you make wise financial decisions that help you lead a more stable and prosperous life, let the Joneses take care of their own business. Before we continue, say from now on no to keeping up with the Joneses, and say yes to investing in yourself and your future by clicking the like, subscribe, and notification buttons. It's free to make sure you stay with us and reach your financial freedom. Jeffrey's lack of emergency funds became a threat to his well-being. Let's delve into the pressing matter. Number 7. Lack of emergency funds. Warren Buffett once famously said, "You don't find a way to make money while you sleep. You will work until you die." And with that assertion, he got right to the point. Why are emergency funds so important? Well, since life is erratic, anything could go wrong at any time. When unforeseen expenses arise, having a cushion in the form of emergency savings can prevent you from going into debt. It's comparable to having a safety net catch you if you fall. Unfortunately, there are two main reasons why so many people lack emergency funds. First off, some people simply don't make enough money to save. It can be difficult to save anything at all if your income is incredibly low. Even just getting by can be a struggle in this case. The second reason is that most people don't save any money for a rainy day, and instead spend everything they make. They appear to be living paycheck to paycheck, and any unanticipated expense upsets their equilibrium. They're unaware of how crucial saving is for the future. You need to start setting aside money for emergencies if you want to escape the cycle of poverty and insolvency. There's never a bad time to start. Save enough money to cover your living expenses for a minimum of 3 to 6 months, and preferably 1 year. By doing so, you can rest assured, knowing that you're prepared to handle any financial setbacks life may bring your way. No need to start big. Each little bit matters. Even $5 a week can add up over time if you do it consistently. The secret is to develop a saving habit. Reduce wasteful spending and put the savings into your emergency fund. You'll be astonished by how quickly your new habit forms itself. Jeffrey realized the importance of having emergency savings and started saving a portion of his income, no matter how small. His emergency fund increased over time, and he felt more and more secure. He stopped living on the edge and stopped worrying about unforeseen costs. Remember that having emergency funds means you have the freedom to deal with life's ups and downs without getting trapped in a debt cycle. It also means you're financially stable. Start modestly, stick with it, and watch your savings increase. You'll be proud of your future self. Jeffrey's obliviousness to tracking his spending was like sailing blindfolded into a financial storm. Come, let's go on a journey to discover the consequences of Number 6. Not tracking your spendings. If you don't keep track of your spending, you'll fall into the same trap as Jeffrey did. Jeffrey went about his daily activities while carelessly spending money. It's a surefire recipe for financial ruin. You must be conscious of your spending habits and make the necessary adjustments if you want to escape that fate. You see, too many people approach their finances in a just wing-it manner. Where their hard-earned money goes is a mystery to them. And let me tell you, playing that game is risky. You remain trapped in a never-ending cycle of poverty and financial hardship as a result. But Jeffrey has a fix, don't worry. He acquired his knowledge from Buffett, who advises to track your spending like a pro. If you want to gain control over your finances, it might seem boring, but trust me, it's essential. Take out a simple ledger, or even your phone, and record every expense. Yes, I do mean every expense. You'll always be aware of where your money's going if you do this. It's comparable to shining a spotlight on your financial choices. It's enlightening, isn't it? Magic happens once you start tracking your spending. You can make adjustments that will help you save money and move toward your financial goals. You'll understand how quickly those impulsive coffee runs are emptying your bank account. Remember, my friend, the key is awareness. You can take control of your finances if you're aware of exactly where your monthly income goes. So take out that ledger, start keeping track, and watch your financial goals become more reachable than ever. It might not be glamorous, but when you possess financial independence, who needs glamour, right? Jeffrey's habit of spending money on unnecessary things was like slowly pouring water out of a bucket, depleting his financial stability bit by bit. Luckily, Jeffrey promised to share the solutions. Let's explore the risks and consequences of Jeffrey's extravagant spending, where every unnecessary expense pushed him closer to financial trouble. Number 5. Unnecessary spending. Jeffrey used to buy things without giving it a second thought. He always came back home with more stuff than he was intentionally planning to buy. Impulsive purchases are made without much consideration or planning. They frequently serve no purpose and can quickly empty your wallet. If you regularly find yourself buying things on a whim, it's time to review your spending patterns. Allow me to give you some advice on how to avoid falling for this trap. 1. Before going shopping, first make a list of what you need. By doing so, you can maintain your focus and withstand the urge to buy things you don't need. 2. Setting a spending limit for your shopping trip and adhering to it is another helpful tip. You'll avoid overspending on pointless items, I promise. 3. Be patient when choosing what to buy. Give yourself a day or two before purchasing if you find a great deal, but aren't sure if you need it. You'll probably find that you didn't need that item after all. 4. Finally, if you didn't do it yet and you love the video so far, hit that like, subscribe, and notification button. It's our goal to help you reach your financial freedom finish line. Back to Jeffrey. The absence of a financial plan posed a grave danger to his future. Jeffrey was deeply worried about his financial situation. So, let's unravel the consequences of disregarding a financial plan and its impact on Jeffrey's life. Number 4. Lack of a financial plan. Like many Americans, Jeffrey found himself lacking a personal financial plan. Only 33% of adults, according to surveys, have a written financial plan. Without one, bad financial choices and debt accumulation may become the norm. Common pitfalls include rash decisions regarding significant expenses and impulsive spending. It can also lead to inadequate retirement planning and a lack of emergency preparedness. Jeffrey was aware of the value of having a financial strategy to advance. He began by establishing objectives, making a budget, and monitoring development over time. He took charge of his financial future by seeking advice from a financial planner. By creating a plan, Jeffrey made it possible to make wise decisions, save money, invest, and be protected from unforeseen events. Although Jeffrey was doing better and better, his oversight and diversification left his financial future teetering on a tightrope. Let's unravel the impact of Number 3. Diversification. Jeffrey once believed it was a great idea to place all of his eggs in one risky basket, which resulted in him losing, in just a matter of weeks, almost 80% of the value of his investments. Luckily, this happened at the start of Jeffrey's investing journey, and he started listening quickly to the master of investments, Warren Buffett. Warren argues that diversifying is important. You're asking for trouble if you're not diversified. Spreading your investments across various assets, sectors, and geographical locations is known as diversification. In this manner, you can still make progress in other areas, even if one area declines. Without diversification, disaster is just waiting to happen. Therefore, diversify your holdings to shield yourself from financial instability. Come, and let's explore one of the most important topics when it comes to finances. Number 2. Taxes. It's necessary to pay taxes to participate in society. High tax burdens can make us feel as though we're carrying a heavy burden, even though they help to support the common good and finance the government. Some people might think about avoiding taxes, but doing so is neither practical nor wise. There are methods for navigating taxes that can help you save money. We advise you to consult a professional for help. We're not entitled to go in depth here. Remember, paying taxes may not be the most exciting aspect of life, but understanding the strategies available to you can ease the burden and maximize savings and investments. Jeffrey's inability to uphold a suitable lifestyle, even though his salary increased, almost rocked his world. But fear not, Jeffrey has a solution in store for you. Number 1. Lifestyle inflation. Jeffrey used to be pretty stubborn when it came to his finances, but he was a good worker. His boss rewarded him with a raise almost every year. The problem was, the more money Jeffrey earned, the more he spent. This is a common problem. People adjust their lifestyle based on their income. When Jeffrey made $50,000 a year, he spent $50,000 a year. A couple years in salary raises later, he made $60,000 per year, and indeed spent all that $60,000 each year. Poor Jeffrey. It's incredibly tempting to live a more luxurious lifestyle as soon as your salary increases. The problem is that it's like running in circles and getting nowhere quickly when it comes to your finances. My friend, this dangerous trap is referred to as lifestyle creep. It keeps you poor and prevents you from ever making real progress towards accumulating wealth. Even as your income rises, the key is to be conscious of it and consciously control your spending. A good strategy is to adhere to the 50-30-20 rule. Spend 50% of your income on necessities like food and housing. Set aside 30% of your income for personal expenses like entertainment and travel. Most importantly, put 20% of your income towards savings and investments for your future financial freedom. Keep in mind that managing your money effectively is just as important as how much you earn. Take advantage of the lessons learned today and create your path to financial freedom by setting goals that are motivated by Warren's time-tested guidance. What do you think of Warren Buffett's 10 habits? Additionally, did Jeffrey follow the correct steps, or did he leave out any? Make sure to hit that like, subscribe, and notification bell for financial freedom. Bye!